Good morning! Welcome to your last symmetry session. You're still going to need today the pack you've been using all week. Your 15th of June mathematics pack. You will need a ruler, a pencil and some scissors and glue. We do have some challenges today that you can choose to have a go at, but I'll explain if you need anything with those and you want to do them. I'll explain what you need a little bit later on in the video. So we're still doing that symmetry. Let's just remind ourselves of what symmetry actually means. So something is symmetrical and it is exactly the same on both sides. So again, we've been doing lots of things about shapes and symmetry within shapes, and you will know now that a shape has symmetry if it can have a central dividing line, that mirror line being drawn onto it to show that both sides of that shape is exactly the same. And you'll know that already, I don't need to tell you. You've been so super working hard this week. But we are going to be looking at vertical lines of symmetry, remember. So please show me with your arms or with your fingers, should be either looking like this, or you just want to show me one, what vertical line looks like. And I've got lots of these coloured lines here that again you've been looking at all week. Now, let's remind ourselves of a way that we can remember that, or you might want to think about your way that you might have thought of yesterday of what other way can you remember your types of lines. But if you like to remember this way, remember that if a puppy is sitting up or standing up and that line is going up and down, it is a vertical line. Or if that line is going straight across like a puppy lying down, then it's going to be a horizontal line. But we don't have to worry about that one just yet. Let's get on to what we're going to be doing today. I'm just going to pop into my visualizer and I will show you that we're going to be drawing, well, some of you are going to be drawing the rest of our missing shape that we saw yesterday. So, one way that would really help you to make sure that you are drawing your complete missing shape accurately is if you count the squares. This one, a ruler will also help, but if you haven't got one, you can use the lines to help you and just really take your time because the lines will help you to be as straight as you can be. So I'm going to have a look at this shape and half of it's missing, it's gone. And I'm going to try to see if I can draw that missing shape. So I've got my ruler and I've got my pencil. Now I'm going to count the squares, so that's going to help me to be as accurate as possible. 1, 2 squares here. So I'm going to draw 1, 2 squares. I'm then going up 1 square. I'm going to change my ruler around to a vertical line. 1 square. I've then got 1, 2 squares. If you want to really be super, you can say that this is a horizontal line that's going across. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 squares. Oh, it's getting bigger now. So 1, 2, 3 squares. And then I've got to finish off my shape. And I'm just going to double check how many squares I'm meant to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have completed that missing shape. And you can see that it looks exactly the same on both sides, which is absolutely super duper. And again, if you really want to be super, you can spot those horizontal lines or those vertical lines. Now what this black line is showing you is that this was the central dividing line. This was that mirror line that's going to make both of the sides of those shapes look exactly the same. So this would be a line of symmetry for this shape. Now if you have not got this sheet, you might have this one. Or you might have this one as a challenge instead. So please keep watching as I can show you the challenge. Now your sheet might look like this, with some shapes. I've already cut 2 of them out to save me a bit of time. And you've got this table here where you need to cut and glue the shapes and put them into the correct parts. So I've got 3 sides, more than 3 sides, a vertical line of symmetry and no vertical line of symmetry. That means that it has not got a line of symmetry. That shape will not look exactly the same if I draw that vertical line of symmetry on it. So let's take a look at this shape. This is a triangle. triangle's got 3 sides. On your 2D shape mat, I've also put what a side will look like if you've forgotten. And I've got 1, 2, 3 sides there. So I know it needs to go into this row here. Now, does it have a vertical line of symmetry or does it not? If you really want to, you can draw that vertical line of symmetry, but I know from my super hard work this week that it does have a vertical line of symmetry, okay? And that vertical line of symmetry goes straight down. So I'm going to put it into this box. Now I'm going to have a look at this shape. Now this shape has got, let's see how many sides this shape has got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's 5. So it's not going to be on this row anymore. It's going to be on this row. More than 3 sides. Now we haven't drawn a vertical line of symmetry on this shape, but if you really want to help you can draw it onto it. So I'm just going to look at this shape. And I'm going to draw a central dividing dotted line down that shape. And I can see that that shape looks exactly the same on both sides, so I'll put it into this box because it's got more than 3 sides and it's got a vertical line of symmetry. Now your challenge or your task today will be to complete that sheet. So first you need to cut out the shapes, count the sides of them, decide whether they're going to go in this row or this row, and then see if we've got that vertical line of symmetry. If you haven't got glue, you can just place them on, but if you have, you can stick them down. Now another challenge you might find in your pack is this one. And it's just a little bit of fun with symmetry. So you can create your own symmetrical shapes here by using 3 different colours. Now it's got an example here, and it's got all our vertical lines of symmetry there. So you have to colour in 6 boxes, 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you've got to use 3 colours to see if you can make it symmetrical on both sides. What might help you is if you do one side first, and then you can copy it and make sure it's symmetrical on the other side. So that's a challenge that you might want to do as well, because you've worked so hard this week and I think you've really all smashed symmetry in shapes. I've loved teaching symmetry with shapes with you, and I will see you next week for our new mathematics challenge. So, I think you can do these challenges. Give them a go. See what you can do. I hope you have fun as always, and again, I will see you next week for your next mathematics challenge.